CPS ECP volunteers have been sharing their boating knowledge with Canadians since 1938. While we've organized ourselves around education and creating numerous courses to ensure boaters make it back to port safely, we've also collected members and have grown to be one of the largest membership organizations in the country. Our members all share a passion for being on the water, and we unite ourselves through squadrons to bring seasoned and new boaters together so they can connect with stories, knowledge, and even a little fun. Membership begins with a course for most, but sometimes it just runs in the family.
Family's been involved in CPS since I was 3. And my dad decided we wanted a boat. We got a boat. And he joined the Power Squadron and started taking courses. All the time when we were children, spent our summer vacation in the Thousand Islands, met up with lots of Power Squadron members, and our boating friends became our Power Squadron members. And my dad went on to teach courses in our basement when I was a child. He moved up to commander of the Ottawa Squadron. My mother joined, and she became our first female squadron commander and went on to be our first female district commander. So I'm sort of following Mom's footsteps. Squadron would have a rendezvous, we'd all get together, we'd have competitions, and it was like another family. I think the people are what makes it for me. I enjoy squadron events. Boating with our boating friends are all members, but we've cruised to New York City, we've cruised around the Statue of Liberty, we've cruised up past Quebec City to Tadoussac and Chicoutimi. I never imagined boating and seeing whales right off the edge of our boat, and that is such an awesome experience. There's dinners to talk about what are we going to do next year at any Power Squadron event or picnic or whatever we have. We're always talking about our next trip. Everyone we boat with, we met through the Power Squadron. Because if I see somebody flying the flag, I'll go and talk to them. I would encourage anyone to become a member, because you'll meet people that will show you places that you may not want to venture on your own. You may experience boating in a whole different way, doing it in a group, or doing it with people that have different experience than you do, different kinds of boats than you do, and it makes it more enjoyable to do it with friends.
Membership with CPS ECP offers more than 18,000 Canadians access to a number of tangible benefits, such as 6 issues of Canadian Yachting Magazine annually, the CPS ECP onboard newsletter, available online twice a month, and we actively seek out discounts with a number of boating-related partners. When we ask members why they joined CPS ECP, we hear stories of how each of them developed knowledge, made new friends, were inspired and encouraged to chart new waters, and more than anything, appreciated how much what they learned from each other made their boating experiences better.
So I think it was about 20 years ago, before kids came along, and I've been around boats enough that I thought it'd be really interesting to try and educate myself, and I responded to one of these ads out of a local paper, and I decided to sign up for that 12-week boating course, and loved it. Who doesn't like boating? Big, small, fast, slow, sail power, doesn't matter. I was there, I was amongst fellow boaters, and I thought this is fantastic. There's all these courses I can take, and so I started eating them up. I've got kids now that come on board, and I can feel safe knowing that, okay, you know, if anything happens, they're in good hands. I'm confident enough in my own skills through what I've learned through CPS, or my next vacation coming up with the family and the kids is bareboating a 44-foot cat down the BVI's. I never would have had that confidence had it not been for CPS fellow members. One of the things I love, you know, is an icebreaker. I'm walking down a dock and I see that CPS flag. That's right away an opportunity to go talk to them, find out, you know, where they boat locally, how long have they been members, and it's a great opportunity once again to meet people outside of my local. Yeah, it has some perks. I still look forward to my Canadian Yachting subscription, but I would join either way, regardless of all the perks and savings and things. It's a fellowship, it's a network of boaters, it's an opportunity to continue to be educated about what's going on.
Well, I did the boating courses many years ago, and I quite enjoyed it. And the instructor at the end of the course asked me if I wanted to help out with the local squadron. They offered me the position of secretary. Then now I'm commander. It's been 17 years. I've really appreciated the value and the interest and the friendships I've developed. Actually, two of my most frequent sailing buddies are from that initial course. We still sail together frequently. Really interesting, so you keep learning things all the time and improve your skills as you're getting back into your boat. You know, you have the AGMs, we have the socials, we have travel logs where people come around and tell us about their fantastic adventures. And I wouldn't have come across them more than likely if I wasn't part of the CPS ECP.
As a member and volunteer, Dale Holland shares his first-hand experience with the need for safety equipment and continues to help with our RVCC program. The RVCC confirms a boater has the appropriate safety equipment on board. We've saved boaters hundreds of dollars in fines, and who knows how many lives.
Situation. And that really, my wife and I really embraced that whole concept. We've both been active members since 98, 96. We'd had our first vacation on the boat with 3 kids, and everything that could go wrong on the boat went wrong. And I really developed a really strong understanding of why we need safety stuff and why everyone should carry this, because it does happen when you're least expect it and you have no control over it. 90% of the members the people I boat with are CPS members. Those that aren't, I'm trying to convince them that they really need to take a course, because there's a lot of things out there that you just, trial and error is one way to learn, but it's not the best way to learn. The squadron, I was a squadron commander, I've been a district commander. Once you get to the upper levels, the opportunity to meet people all across the country with the same interests, and working your way through those types of environments has been really enjoyable. It's been a lot of fun. Found it really excellent opportunities to meet people through the courses and enjoy the learning opportunities that CPS presents us. It's made me much better sailor, and I love being on the water and sailing.
Membership fees support the development of CPS ECP courses and training for our volunteers to teach them. Squadrons bring local boaters together, so CPS ECP has volunteers available to teach new boaters from their experience. No matter what course it is, students come away saying they've learned something invaluable. You don't know what you don't know until you take a course from CPS ECP.
So here's a really practical story. Last year I was in a chandler and I was buying a piece of equipment for the boat, and the guy said to me, "You taught me my boating safety course a number of years ago." He said, "You know," he said, "that saved my life." He said, "This past spring I was out fishing, it was cold, but I was ready. I was wearing the right gear, I was wearing my PFD, I remembered what you taught me. I fell overboard. It was a dumb thing, but because of what I was wearing and because of what I knew, I was prepared." And he said, "You're the reason I'm here." Well, it was CPS, which was the reason that he was here.
Our flag is a signal to other boaters. You have sought knowledge from the only organization in Canada dedicated to educating boaters beyond the PCOC. And when you see one, you have found a friend. To volunteer with CPS ECP, they know their membership supports the mission to make Canadian waterways safer through courses and opportunities for boaters of all kinds to share their experience with each other. A squadron near you is ready to welcome you, and with courses and events throughout the year, the boating season never ends with CPS ECP. Go to boardingcourses.ca to find your local squadron and the courses they have coming soon. And when you become a member, you'll never miss out on upcoming events.